Hey you guys, welcome to the Love Nest.
Why don't you come on back home to my love nest?
Love is not real.
I don't think so. We're confirming all rumors on the Love Nest. Hey you guys, welcome to our Love Nest. I have some beautiful guests. I'm excited to have you guys on today. You're like my first real beauty gurus.
So I feel special.
You have to share
Fabulous.
all your secrets.
Oh, we got a lot of secrets to get to this. Point A to point B is a long process.
Long travel.
Journey. So they're gonna introduce themselves, tell everybody who you are.
Hi, I'm Megan. My channel is MeghanRosette, and I kind of do like fashion-y beauty style videos, but I'm a little weird, and so it's kind of all mixed in with like personality, advice, and
I have to ask, are you a Gemini?
no, I'm a Leo. Which is why, like, I always think of like my hair. I'm like, can you not tell? I don't like resemble a lion. Everyone's like, that's not how your signs work. I'm like, oh, I just thought I looked.
Go with the hair and the makeup. That's what I relate to.
Well, yeah, I'm like the Leo. I'm like,
I like it. And you, darling?
Hi, I'm Casey, or SparkliebarbieXO, and I do the same sort of like beauty, mainly beauty stuff, and just me, very like awkward and weird, but it is what it is.
she's good. She did
Grace.
my eye makeup today.
It does look really pretty. You guys have like
Thank
amazing
you.
hair.
Oh, thanks.
I can't be on the set today.
Oh no, yours looks so good.
I didn't know we're having
I feel like-
hair
is
models
there like
here.
You got the sassy little
dang it.
braid.
I
I,
know,
love
right?
it. No, it's
Fabulous.
so cool.
Get it, frame it. Okay, so I usually do the love base, but I want to skip that with you guys. I want to know your favorite products and or go-tos right now. What are you gonna share with us?
Well, right now, my little favorite thing is like the little black dress. I'm obsessed. I feel like I always kind of gravitated towards like the little white dress, and I was always wearing like eyelet and lace and cute
funny,
things
'cause
like
I
that.
love black, so good.
Yeah, and like I'm starting to get more into like black, and it's such a staple, especially since I've like moved to like LA, and it's like
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, like the black dress in LA.
I only wear black.
And I'm usually like Birkenstocks and shorts, so I'm like, okay.
Wait, so where are you from originally?
Northern California. So my parents are like total hippies, and so like I'm not used to the LA glam life. But this dress is actually $20 from Walmart, and the designer is one of my friends,
That's
Shauna
what's up.
Miller. It's amazing. She has 5 different little black dresses. There's a peplum, there's a skater dress, which you got both of those.
I got both of those.
At Walmart?
Yeah, at Walmart, and it's her penny chic line, and it's so cool because she has an entire blog that's all about like finding like chic on the cheap. I think is her like,
I love
catchphrase.
that. Yeah.
And it's so fun because I've never found like a little black dress that I loved, and then this one is $20 from Walmart, and it looks so expensive.
Is
and
it
so nice.
exclusive to any? Is it at all WalMarts right now?
I think it's at all
or-
Walmart's online. I'm not sure if it's in store right now,
Online.
but it's doing so well, and she's all these different ones, so like different body shapes fit in everything. Like I have a
That's
friend
awesome.
who's like literally like super tall and like a twig, and she wears these ones, and then I can wear like the same style ones. They look still good.
Yeah.
And they're so versatile and are my current obsession.
So you're selling the little black dress.
Yes.
But it's good because you can wear them in spring. You can warm them up or dress them down in winter, whatever you want.
Exactly. And I love them with like really fun, like bright lips or like bright heels for springtime, because
Yeah.
it's like it's the classic dress you can wear during the winter time and like the spring and summer and stuff like that, but just like adding those pops
Yeah.
of color like this. I love the pops
You're gonna
of
have to
color.
do a review on your channel so we can all see
Oh no, yes.
how
like,
it's done, girl.
they're so cute.
Styling it up.
What about you, Miss? What'd you
Mine
bring?
is the CoverGirl Trio, and it has just 3 shadows. I don't use the other 2.
It has 3, but she
Whoops.
uses 2.
One.
That's okay.
But the lightest shade is my all-time favorite shadow. I use
And
it
it's
on just like
CoverGirl. I
yeah.
love it.
It's the Shimmering Sands.
Yeah,
right?
Shimmering Sands Trio. Absolutely obsessed, because I always like go to Sephora and I'm like, oh, like
Yeah.
spend $20 on this, and I'm like,
For something you use like
really?
once or twice because
Yeah.
you think you like it, you
Yeah.
buy it, and you're like, damn it,
Yeah.
Why'd I do
$20
that?
for color I hate.
yeah.
Don't
and
like it.
this one, like I was like, I'll just try it because everybody was like raving about it. I was like, can't be that good. And then like,
No, it is.
And you love it.
I'm obsessed.
You are wearing the colors today?
Yeah, on the first.
Oh,
we
you
have the
both
same
are.
eye.
We're gonna get a close-up of their beautiful eyes.
Oh,
Megan's like,
I don't know how beautiful my face is all up close and personal.
Don't get
but
too close.
You've been forewarned.
That's awesome. I want to see this. This is
love it.
pretty. So it's like a
nice.
pinky sand,
Yeah.
and then is this like? Would you guys say what color? Like a taupey brown?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
think that's
taupey
like a
more?
mid-tone
Taupey?
taupey color.
And
Like
then
for
the
all
dark
over
brown.
lid and then that like crease. That's what I do. I actually bought this because you like this.
Like everybody
That's what's
raved
good
about it. I was
about
like,
girls who
why
have lots
not?
of products, because then you can be like, buy this, buy that.
Oh, yeah.
But isn't it funny how one will work for one and then
Yeah.
the other is like,
Because she was like, just do my makeup exactly like yours, and I was like,
She's like, your eyes are really
why
funny
not?
looking.
I was like doing her eye makeup. I was like, you got weird shaped eyes.
Yeah.
Not weird. They're just smaller.
They're just a little
There is a lot of eye shapes. That's hard. I know. I'll try to do Kaylee's, and she's like, "No, your eyes go out, and you're making mine go up." I'm like, "Ah."
I know, and I try.
Sorry.
My mom's always like, "Help me do my makeup to like yours," and she like look in the mirror. She's like, "It's different." I'm like, "Okay, mom. Well, we're not identical twins.
That
like,
is hard
I can't."
to know
That
face
is-
shape.
Yeah,
Me
it's
and my
different
sister.
doing makeup like on yourself than doing it on other people. So,
Totally.
like, I can do makeup like well on myself, and my friends are like, "Help me do it." And I'm like,
Can't do
I didn't want to look like a drag.
exactly.
Okay, something I've wanted to talk about with guests, and I feel like you guys will be perfect for, is social media and venting about relationships on social media. I feel like we've all been guilty of it a time or two, whether positive or negative, but I want to hear your personal experiences, if you recommend it, like what are your thoughts on venting on social media?
Hashtag forever alone.
Don't be that girl. Don't be
Hashtag
that
I'm
girl.
dating YouTube. That's what mine is currently. I'm not forever alone. I have YouTube. At
I
least
did see one of your videos about like it was like a embracing being single on
Oh, yeah.
Valentine's Day, and I love that. And then so I was like, maybe she recently broke up with a boyfriend. So did you share that relationship with your viewers, or like do you keep that private? What are you?
in high school, I was like very like open with like sharing like, oh, it's like my high school boy. Granted, his girlfriend's probably watching this right now.
Hey, girlfriend!
Hey, she comments on my videos. It's really awkward. But no,
You got called
and not even nice things. It's like her first and last name, like in the comments. I'm like, that's you. It's not even
awkward.
like
That's
sparkle
not nice.
kisses. I'm like, that's your first and last name.
I know who you are.
So wait, did you start your channel in high school?
Yeah, I started my channel back in high school.
So how long have you had your channel?
I think a little like over 2.5 years, almost
Okay.
3 years. But when I got to college, I was like, oh my god, like boys have cooties, like boys don't like me. And then I started like dating different guys and things like that. But I never like put it on YouTube because people at my college literally call me YouTube girl.
Oh gosh.
And so my mom's always like, sweetie, like you just have to be aware of the. My mom doesn't talk like this. I don't know why I'm saying she does. But she's always like, you need to be aware of like the boys who just want to date you to date YouTube girl. And so my mom's like, you have to keep them totally separate. And so
Yeah.
I did. And then I would just like when like I like may have possibly had like a not so great breakup. Thanks for that one. And
Put it on the record.
I like completely like would vent about it on my videos. I did an entire video talking about like dating in college and like being safe with like guys and like parties
Yeah,
and things like
yeah.
that because like I've seen so many girls like
Dumb
Get-
girls at the party.
yeah, or like get caught up in like one guy when they're like, oh my gosh, he totally likes me, and I'm like, he's hooking up with all those other people.
Don't
For
do
me
that
forever.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it's just like being smart about that kind of situation. And I like kind of like gave like a mini shout out in the beginning, like to you. It's
You
about
know
you.
who you are.
Just a little bit.
Calling you out.
I definitely would say. I mean, I've had like some of like my ex-boyfriends be like, well, this is about me. And I'm like, yes.
Yes,
it
I
was.
was,
That
yes.
was about
Don't
you.
even try to hide it.
So I kind of just like, I kind of go with the flow. Sometimes I feel like I'm on the Taylor Swift of YouTube where like she'll like write guys' names in
Yeah.
songs.
Which I hate. I hate the people, because people have compared me to Taylor Swift, which is, go ahead, sure, please
No,
do.
that is a
Take
compliment.
it.
I'm like,
Take that.
take it.
Like she's
But, like,
flawless.
People, I said something in a Love Nest video with Jackson Harris and BFF Taylor about that. I think Taylor Swift is a good role model, and I'm quoting that. I do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, me too.
Only in this sense because you don't see her, you haven't so far, seen her at a club, drinking,
Yeah.
being crazy. Like, you're young. If you're gonna go clubbing and like whatever,
Yeah.
that's fine. Do that. You're young. Handle it. But know how to do it. But like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not gonna quote or say names, but there's celebrities that have been put in that light that are not good examples, that are like sleeping around and just
Yeah.
And everybody knows it.
yeah, but Taylor Swift, they're like, she's a bad example because she dates every boy. It's like, wouldn't you rather somebody date 10 different men and not fall in love with every single one and just really get to know who she is, what she wants in a
Yeah.
relationship, what she likes in a guy?
I completely agree.
A date is so different than hooking up.
Yeah.
Like for free dinner, most likely, or free froyo. I am all about first dates. I'm like,
Froyo.
why
I
not? I know. I think she's a great person and example and role model. I say this like I know her. I'm like, oh, Taylor.
Taylor's great.
Oh,
No.
my girl Taylor. No, but it makes sense. Like you have to like date around to find like
The right one.
the right guy, and I think
Yeah.
dating around is better than slooting it up on like tons of random guys.
Dating, we're separating dating
Yeah.
from hooking up, just so everyone's clear.
Exactly, and I think like dating guys and like meeting different guys and like who knows, photographers, maybe they caught her on one singular date and now it's
Yeah.
like
She's
girl.
married to him,
Exactly.
and then she broke up.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but I don't care. I think she's a great girl. My nieces look up to her, and anybody
Yeah.
my nieces look up to, I'm like, that's awesome.
Good job.
You know, that she is inspiring.
Yeah.
She's so young. She's had how
And
many?
her like work ethic, just
Yeah.
in general. Because
Yeah.
like people's relationships, like I feel like that's like it's a personal thing. You don't need to be like,
Totally.
oh, well, I really don't like her because of this. It's like,
And she's willing to
It's her.
share it, you know,
Yeah.
through social media and her songs, but that's her passion. Maybe
Yeah.
she's passionate about love and dating. But why do you think people, girls, guys, feel that need to be like, I just broke up with my ex, she's such a whore, blah, blah, blah. Like on the Kardashians, Kim was trying to talk Rob off the ledge because he was like putting everything out there on Twitter. He's like, I just feel like I have to justify what she's done.
Yeah.
So do you think that that's like a turn of like a decade, or not a decade, a turn of ages where we feel like social media is like a support group? You know what I'm saying? Like it feels good to get feedback and like have people be like, oh, LOL, I love you, you're fun, or oh, he's a douche, you should have totally broken up with him. Like, do you feel that that's why people are doing it, or what are your thoughts there?
see, I think where I'm at is like, I don't know if it's like old-fashioned or whatever, but I think like it's your personal life. So if you want to share it, do what you want. But if like you don't have to, I guess.
So have you shared anything?
Well, first of all,
We're just working.
First of all,
She's like, I
Casey's-
really hope there's no love jar because I have really nothing much to say.
so first relationship, my bed.
Okay.
We hang out all the time.
That could go two ways, but I'm gonna keep it.
My Snuggie and I and Netflix.
I have a very intimate relationship.
They
You know
love
what?
me.
That's
here
okay. You're so. How old are you?
18.
See, you're so young. Embrace it. Be
And like for the
single.
first like 17 years of my life, I did gymnastics, so it was like
That's it. Get up, do a back bend. I want to see it.
I got no time. Yeah, right.
I got no time for that.
Got no time for that. So like, I don't know if it's like the way I was like raised. I was like, whatever. If it's
So
your
I
thing.
think some people are a bit more reserved and
Yeah.
private, and some like I've shared a lot of relationships
Yeah.
just because I feel like, not that I know anything or everything, but I think that I have a good head on my shoulders and I'm willing to share my mistakes and like.
And it's nice to like hear like from other people, so you don't have to make the same like.
Right.
So I think it has to do a lot with like, on YouTube at least, like we put so much of our lives out there, but it does stop at a certain extent. So I think like our viewers and stuff like think, at least for me, like when they think everything's out on the table and like I talk about everything and everything like that. But then it gets to a point like, I mean, at least for me, like if I'm really happy in a relationship, like you can tell. Like I literally look like I'm just like smiling. I'm like, oh, I
Life's
used to be I go to like
fabulous.
Starbucks and they're like, what's up? And I'm like, oh, nothing.
Just got a boyfriend,
It's a
you know.
great day. Like things like that. And I feel like people can really tell when you're like happy or like really upset or something like that. And I think, I don't know, like I consider like my viewers at least like kind of like my friends. I don't know if it'd be different if I wasn't on YouTube and I was like sharing this on Facebook, because sometimes when I
That
see girls on
is
Facebook
annoying.
like going off, I'm like, this is really awkward.
Well, and then there's the times when you're like, you know what, nobody cares. And I know that sounds mean.
No,
But,
totally.
like, you're like,
well, if you
really?
think about
Shut up.
social media, like it's I feel like the need, like you see the jokes of like, I went to the gym today and lifted legs, but like I've been
good.
guilty of that.
Yeah.
Like, was your workout better because you shared it on Facebook?
Oh, no,
You
Or,
didn't
like,
work out unless you shared it on Facebook.
yeah, there's that
right?
like it did not happen if
Instagram.
it was on Facebook.
Well, it's like pictures, it's
Yeah.
tweets, it's
Yeah.
like I tweeted a picture of my bra last night. I just took it off and threw it at Casey, and he was like, "Ew!" And I was like, and I'm like,
Instagram.
I gotta tweet that.
She
and I
just
was like,
tweeted a picture
Yeah.
of me taking a selfie for Instagram.
Behind the scenes.
It's just
It's
so
just
much.
this constant need to share our lives
Yeah,
with you
and
guys.
that's how I feel. Like I'm always like, you guys are my friends. Like I always have like
got
a list.
another.
When something happens, I'm like, I call my mom, I call my dad, I call my best friend, and then I'm like, Twitter.
and tweet
And
it.
now I tell all of you.
Well, I
so.
think that like going back to when I was high school, like Facebook, it was MySpace back then.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook
I was on
hadn't
MySpace.
started, and it wasn't something I was totally interested in. It actually became cool when I was in college. I'm dating myself right here. But we like would share things with our friends,
Yeah.
and maybe like a journal or my mom or AOL Instant Messaging. That's what I
that
was.
was
individual.
oh.
But people could print the conversations, but it was a little more like secluded.
Yeah.
But I think that it's just evolved into this like snowball
Everybody.
of like a support group is what I want to call it.
And I feel like everybody just like almost feels entitled to share. They're like, oh, they want to know what I'm doing right now. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like going back on like Facebook like statuses, bad idea, because it's like Casey is eating lunch. Casey is
Shaving
going
her
to the gym.
armpits.
Yeah, like
What?
I don't know why. And this was like before like it's just like my friends on Facebook. And I'm like, what? And people are like, oh, haha. And like Casey is making brownies. Bring me some to school tomorrow.
Didn't do it. Didn't do
Why
it.
did I think that was a
So
good
do you think
idea?
it's like a good or bad thing to share?
I think it can be really good.
Yeah.
At least like for me, like I went through a really big like friendship loss at the beginning of this year, and like I don't know how I would have gone through it
Who would
without
lose
it.
friendship with her? Come on. Cut. Cut in the life.
No, really. And so like it was hard because I think like I said, like people can really tell when you're like
Yeah.
really happy or really upset. And like I was getting like so many comments that I was finally like, okay, let me talk about it. And I talked about it like just like kind of like pressing the button to upload, like just waiting for them to be like floods of hate.
Yeah.
And people were so supportive and like so sweet that I was like, wow, I wish I had like kind of clued people in earlier on, because like I think about like, at least for college kids, like I was 9 hours from home, like going through like such a tough time, and like texting my mom and like calling my friends, but like realizing that I had like all of these people who were like so supportive on my side, like going through something like really tough like that was amazing. So like I can't imagine how much like they'd build me up when something really good's going on. And so I was like, at least for me, like fingers crossed there's a relationship possibly in my future.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so young.
So
you have so much time.
I know, I'm fine being single. I like being single.
Yeah.
I'm always like, ain't no time for boys.
Ain't nobody got time for you
Ain't
boys.
nobody got time for boyfriends.
Well, I think I was trying to like I'm like, why do I feel this like, because like when I'm sad, I feel like it just comes down to if you're more open or not. Like, and I've been counted guilty as wearing my heart on my sleeve, but I find no shame in that in my life. I would rather be totally transparent. And, I mean, there's certain things I feel like I've learned the hard way that you need to respect and keep private. Relationships, especially on YouTube, kind of flirting with that. Like, I've learned that a little bit, but I have no shame, I feel no regret ever putting out my life or being honest, because that's like, I have nothing to hide. I ain't kill nobody.
Ain't no skeletons.
I got no skeletons in my closet, and I would rather like I made this mistake. I'm gonna share it with you because I don't want, I feel like I've done so many dumb things I don't want girls to do that I'm willing to put that out there. And if you want to hate on me for that, hate away, baby.
Exactly, and you'd rather like be like, don't follow my mistakes. Like I made these mistakes. Like hate on me for making these mistakes, but maybe it'll teach you to be like,
And I think that's one thing, especially like, at least with my audience, it's like a bunch of young girls, and like, granted, I have no like, well, this happened with me, but so that doesn't happen. But like in other stuff, I'm always like, oh, like this happened in life, and so I've definitely had a lot of girls come to me that are like, hey, I've gone through similar things, and so that's like one thing that I'm like willing to share because I want to like.
And isn't it amazing the responses you'll get? Like, I totally needed to hear this right now when you didn't even, intend to help somebody. You just were venting, and somebody turns, you're like, thank you for sharing that. Like, that always makes me feel like, okay, you're not as crazy.
You're not alone. Exactly. I'm always like, oh my gosh, like I'm not alone. Like other people go through stuff like that, and I think that's hard because like when you're going through something like, at least like on like the crappier end of things, like you're always like, oh my god, this
life
like, it doesn't happen to anybody else.
And I'm the only one.
Exactly.
Why did it happen?
Or like girls on Valentine's Day, everyone was like forever alone, and I was like, okay, I need to make a video
I
talking
love that
about
you're like, don't be that girl.
No, like why? No, you're not forever alone. You're being real dramatic.
You're 13.
Like,
you're not forever alone.
No, there were girls commenting on videos like, I'm like 12 and I still haven't had a boyfriend. I was like, I don't think I'd slow dance with a boy at 12.
I had like mosquito bumps. Nobody wants
nobody wants
I
them.
get transition lenses, like the glasses that go dark and light. Like,
let's bust those back out. Okay, so let's give our advice on social media and venting. I think that there's a classy way of handling it. I think whenever you downplay somebody and their character and like they're a shitty person or they're forever gonna be a douchebag, like that's crossing the line. I think you should always take the higher ground. And you can vent in a way where it's like, I'm really bummed about this relationship. It ended in a bad way. I don't want to discuss it. I'd appreciate your support. Something in that sense, instead of like, I just had this happen 2 nights ago. My friends broke up and they tagged each other in the post, and they're like, he did it and she did it and he deleted my. And it's like, you know what? Like,
that's just attention.
That's dirty laundry. Like, you can look for support through social media in a way that's like taking the higher ground. There's no need to like tagging each other in the post. Come on.
That goes a little far.
I was like, they're putting on gloves right now.
They're like, let's get this done.
Yeah. So what are your tips on, what would you say?
I would definitely say there's a classy and tasteful way to, I mean, like, like share your life, like share your emotions and feelings. And at least when it comes to like venting and stuff like that, I think it's healthy to vent. I think it's, you really need to like get that out there. And if that's like on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that, that's fine, as long as you're not putting someone's feelings at anyone else's expense.
Totally.
Like that's like, I think that's where you draw the line, where you can say, at least for me, like when I've gone through things, I don't want to call anybody out like singularly and be like, about you. And like, I know people are like, don't subtweet, but like, I think it's fine where you're like, oh, like I'm in a really like bad mood, like things have been going really crappy lately, like
people are just too damn uptight, like
quit
taking me so seriously.
I know, I'm like, I see your tweets, you subtweet all the time, let me do me.
Well, yeah, I mean, and everybody's tweet is a subtweet of some feeling, emotion that you're having.
And that's
because or else what would you'd be like, it'd be like the Facebook thing, like just ate lunch, although I tweet that.
Who cares? Nobody. Just kidding.
Nobody. I want to hear about the juicy stuff.
Did you I think had carrots. I think like definitely just like the fine line, and I guess in my like opinion is you can either do it on social media if that's like what you want to do, or just like find a friend. Like I text her and I'm like, life sucks.
Yeah,
she's help me.
I definitely say in our friendship, I am the one who's like, if like a guy and I break up, I will like somewhat ironically kind of mention it in a video, just like throw it on in and see if anyone sees it. And then she's always the one who'll be like, if something's going bad, she'll like text me about it, and then I'll never see anything about it on her like Twitter, Instagram. But for me, like, you know, if I've been dumped, like people are like, whoa, Megan.
She's gonna write a song about you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about it in a YouTube video.
Hey, you know what? You could help somebody.
I'm a bitter person. I'll admit it. I am a bitter person, and sometimes
You gotta own it.
yeah, I'll own it. I'll admit it.
At
That's
least,
it.
yeah.
People tell me in my comments, like, you may get like, oh, you're like the Taylor Swift. People are like, you're really bitter, and I'm like, I am. You caught me right.
Like to bitter and
Got
get
it.
over it. Get on and get over it.
Exactly.
All right, you guys, thanks for stopping by the Love Nest. Make sure you give these guys some love. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
They share their personal sides on venting through social media.
I'm good at that.
We've all been guilty. I love you. Make sure you leave comments below and ideas for our future Love Nest. We're going to have them back for a special edition for prom. So you'll have to check that out. And we will see you next time on the Love Nest. Bye, everybody.